What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another WARFRAME video. So, looks like DE might have leaked the next rework, and it's not Oberon. So we'll be covering what happened basically when I was gone yesterday, apparently a very substantial dev short, and discussing my opinions on why this frame's next to get reworked, and kind of who got passed up, aka Oberon. So, let's hop right in, but before we do, make sure to sub this channel. We do daily WARFRAME video uploads, build videos, news videos, all that kind of stuff. You're in the right place for WARFRAME content. We'll have the Borrow review tomorrow morning, and I'll be waking up bright and early for that one. Okay, so there was a small little, it looked like an unintentional leak by DE involving the next rework. Now, we are putting a little bit of assumptions on here, so it's not like they came out and say, this frame's getting reworked on this date. But remember, they're actually working on Tennocon stuff right now. So them briefly mentioning things like this makes it really seem like this will be talked about at Tennocon. Let's go ahead and show the clip right now, okay? And the frame getting reworked next, apparently is going to be Limbo, not Oberon. And shout out to Sabuchi for pointing this out. Because I didn't even watch the full dev show. I just heard that there was like the 8-clause complaint response in there. And now there was apparently a Limbo leak too. So let's go over what happened. Okay.
Okay, we will cut you loose after the stream then. You just made an appearance then, and then we'll just send you back to Dev Shortville.
Am I banished?
No, I'm not Limbo.
I'm not Steve, I don't get to say anything.
That's true, okay, we will cut you loose after the stream then. You just made an
Dun dun dun! That did not seem scripted at all. He was making like that hand motion is someone that knows is hearing things they're not supposed to respond to. Basically, she's laughing. They're both laughing right now. Even Megan's laughing. Looks like Limbo's getting reworked next. Yeah. So again, it's not entirely confirmed, but at the same time, like I said, they're working on these new things that are going to be showing at Tennocon. If they show a Limbo rework at Tennocon, I would not be even remotely surprised. Now, why is Limbo getting reworked, especially before your boy Oberon? Well, I'm going to let you know right now that I'm going to show you the play stats. Limbo is one of the least played prime frames in the entire game. So this is every prime frame usage stat for 2023. And we've got, like, Excalibur Prime makes sense. But the bottom 5 are Excal Prime, Banshee Prime, Atlas Prime, Oberon Prime, and Limbo Prime. So, yes, I do think that Oberon should get the rework first. Or maybe even Banshee or something like that. But it looks like Limbo is going to be cutting in line, even though he has 0.01% more play rate, which is not fair. But yes, it looks like Limbo's getting it next. Now, as far as what they were going to do with Limbo, Limbo actually used to be one of my favorite frames in the whole game years ago. Around when Plains of Island came out, I actually was a Limbo main back then. But they ended up nerfing his stasis duration. They ended up way later down the line, added Overguard, but at that time I was already not playing Limbo anymore. But basically, yeah, Overguard wrecks Limbo. He used to be the king of the Grenier, because back in the day, there was no Overguard, and Grenier had no nullifiers. So basically, Limbo was the king of the Grenier, and now Grenier have Overguard, and they can actually pierce the rift with their abilities. So it's just a lot less helpful to have Limbo on your team. Not to mention, he also takes away control of your weapons from your teammates, as he throws out his stasis bubble, and you can't shoot through the stasis bubble. So it basically comes down to, is Limbo in the squad? If yes, probably reform the squad without Limbo. If no, then just, have a good time playing WARFRAME if not. And if there is a Limbo in the squad, you have to usually tell them, hey, can you not play Limbo? Or, hey, can you basically just not play Limbo? People complain about Limbos in squad a lot because it's a lot of time it's the Limbo players. They're putting down a stasis bubble that makes it where you can't actually interact with things. When you're in the rift, you can't place a disruption key, for example. So a Limbo can literally troll you in disruption, and it can also troll you in mobile defense too. Limbo might be good at mobile defense to protect the objective because that's pretty much all he's got. But yeah, he can also, with great power comes great responsibility, and you always see troll and Limbos grabbing that mobile defense thing and trying to just waste your time. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Now I really feel bad for Oberon players on this because it's we just had Valkyrie get reworked, and yes, her ulti got buffed and nerfed. But as of right now, I'm currently playing to helmet off her ulti from my build videos because it's just not really my thing. It's got too low of range. It's got low melee influence viability. So it just makes me think, what is DE gonna do with Limbo? What will they? Because right now all he has is control. He has a weapon buff with his Rift Torrent augment. That's been in the game for a long time. So one augment giving a weapon buff, everything else giving CC. What are they gonna do? I think they're just gonna make it more of a different type of CC. Maybe he'll be able to debuff enemies, enemies in the Rift. Take more damage or something like that. Because right now it's just stuns, and stuns in Warframe are really outdated, and they're actually, yeah, they're definitely outdated because we are so power crept that we kill everything instantly. The D has to hold us back with like damage attenuation and timers and stuff like that too. So Limbo in its current state has no place in the game unless you're like AFKing Excavation, I guess. But again, Overguard's in there. They can throw the Blitz Exodus Blast through the Rift. What are you going to do? So, yeah, Oberon players keep waiting, I guess. Maybe DE's messing with us. I mean, maybe. But I do think that Limbo was like probably like 4th or 5th in line either way. So as far as my order of who needs to get reworked next, if this Limbo wants to be believed, like I mean, that seemed pretty convincing, at least to me. I think it will be, so Limbo next. I really hope it's Oberon next. But yeah, all these bottom 5 ones besides Excal really could use a buff up. So like Banshee, for example, that 4th ability in 2025, it is really bad. Atlas, he's actually got really good first ability fists, and he has like some decent augments. But really, Atlas has some pretty bad abilities besides his fists. His rock wall thing, like that's so terrible. And then for Oberon, like the list goes on for Oberon stuff. Armor's pretty outdated. HP is relatively outdated, so maybe Oberon's rework will come alongside a HP and armor like rework that DE's been claiming they're going to do. That might be why Limbo is more front and center, can be easier to rework. Like, just remove some of the annoying aspects of him, buff him up in some big ways, and then maybe people will start playing Limbo again. Because as it was going right now, like I don't even know how low Valkyr was on here. Valkyr was like number 10. So, but you also had Gara down here too. So after the pseudo exalted rework, Gara I bet is going to go way up on the play rate. Valkyr after the rework maybe goes up. Once that new skin comes out, should definitely come out. So we'll show them up. So, and you also had Nyx as one of the least played frames of the whole game. These have definitely changed over the last year from reworks. So hopefully we can see that happening with Limbo and maybe Oberon and Banshee down the line. So yeah, guys, that's basically it for the news coverage. DE did seem to leak the Limbo rework, and I think they'll be showing it off at Tennocon, or at least talking about it at Tennocon to a degree. So, sorry if this spoiled it for anybody. Again, this is not entirely confirmed, like, oh yes, this is going to totally happen. This is speculation off of what looked pretty convincing to me. I mean, you don't really get that facial expression he made when they said Limbo. He's like, oh, did you just say Limbo on stream? You know we can't say Limbo on stream because he's getting reworked next. That's the vibe they gave off to me. They want to tease things a little bit too to get people excited for it. So anybody that actually likes Limbo or wanted to play Limbo will probably get a lot more hype now that they know this information. So, yep, Tennocon is in about 9 days. I'll have a Borrow review tomorrow morning. I'll have a Borrow tier list on Saturday, so you can see what's going to be the good stuff to get from Super Borrow, which is going to be, I think, next Friday, or like 2 weeks from now, like the 18th, I think it is. So yeah, look out for that, and then we'll have a ton of more videos on the way, guys. Appreciate all the support. And yeah, let me know what you want to see with the Limbo rework. Do you want him to have any damage abilities? He actually used to have a nuke skill way back in the day. His ultimate used to do good damage, but as of right now, mostly stun. So let me know what you think about the Limbo rework, what you want in it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!